y'all doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to IET with Mike C. IET stands for Information, Entertainment, and Truth. And that's what we will be providing for you on this show. Information, entertainment, and truth. Yes, truth is, I know it's been quite some time since our last show. We had some technical difficulties that were just, man, it was like one after the other. It would not stop. And I'm a lone wolf here. I do all this stuff by myself. So I had to take some classes, do some other things, had to buy some more equipment, but we are back and we are not going anywhere. You can look to see us every week. We're going to bring you something every week dealing with either one of those things, two of those things, or all three of those things. And those things, again, are information, entertainment, and truth right here on IET with Mike C. And I am so glad to be back with you. I mean, I really look forward to this. I enjoyed this. So I missed it, to be quite frank with you. I missed it quite a bit. And there's been a lot of stuff that's been going on that we could talk about. And we're going to talk about a lot. We're going to talk a little bit about, what we were going through yet last year. We're going to kind of like close that out. Good news for everybody is that the mask mandate was ended as of yesterday. So if you have had your shots, if you have had your shots for your vaccine shots for COVID-19, you no longer have to wear a mask outdoors. And most places indoors, you're not required to wear a mask. You still have to wear a mask on planes, and there are one or two other places where they're saying you still have to wear a mask. But for the most part, man, if you've had your shots, you're good. So I encourage you, if you have not had your vaccine shots, I encourage you to get those shots, man. So not only you can protect yourself, but you can continue to protect those that you love and find dear. What we were saying last year. Remember what we said last year? What was our motto? Be safe rather than sorry. And we want you to continue to do that. Be safe rather than sorry. We also want you to do something else. I used to have this on my voicemail, and that was do something nice that will put a smile on someone's face. You can try to do it every day, but if you don't do it every day, at least try once a week to do something nice that will bring a smile to someone's face. Do something nice for a stranger. Do something nice without expecting to get something back for it. Just do it out of the kindness of your heart. Because if we want to make the world a better place, that's where it starts. It starts with us doing whatever we can to make it a better place. Now, look, COVID-19, man, it's not over yet. It's not gone. So get that shot. It's still here. But we are doing really good in the United States. I remember about a week ago, I heard on the news they said that for the first time in a year, they did not have one death in the entire state of California. That's saying a lot. The entire California is a big state, okay? They did not have one death in the state. So we're doing good, but we want to continue to do good. And what they're showing, okay, what the results are showing is that we're doing good because so many people, over 120 Americans, have gotten their virus shots, have gotten their shots. That's why we're doing so well. So get your shot, man. Get your shot. Also, last year, George Floyd was a big thing. When we started the show, George Floyd was killed maybe a week after our first episode. And so we had to talk about that quite a bit. But there was some encouraging thing, as tragic as the murder of George Floyd was. I saw some good come out of it. So George did not die in vain. What I saw Black Lives Matter marches where there were no black people in the march at all. That was very encouraging to me. Now that happened, I believe that was in Europe, that might have been in Ireland where I saw that, but it happened all, not just across the United States, but it happened all across the world. And some things happened after that. Bad people is what I will call them. Started criticizing, downgrading, belittling the whole Black Lives Matter march, the whole organization. And if Black Lives Matter would not exist if it wasn't for the fact that especially within our law enforcement and within our entire judicial system, there was the appearance that black lives did not matter. You saw these things, white lives matter, all that. Of course they do. But white lives are not being taken percentage wise like black lives are. So that's the whole thing behind even the name, is just to put it out there. So to remind our law enforcement who are sworn to protect and serve that all lives do matter, especially black lives, since that's who they have been killing on. And you know what, man? We still have had a lot of killings. So don't get caught in this thing, all lives matter. Yes, all lives matter, but all lives are not being taken again, percentage wise, like black lives matter. And then you also hear this thing, oh, what about black on black crime? Yeah, black people do kill a lot of black people, but guess what? More white people are killed by who? White people. More Asians are killed by Asians. More Latinos, Mexicans are killed by their people as well. So don't get suckered into that argument either. Um, there is a fight for everything. Of course, there are things that are taking place within the black community that are trying to stop black on black crime. Of course, that's happening. So don't get caught up in that, man. All lives do matter, and we know that. So continue to just do what's right. You know, right and wrong, most of the time, are clear, easy to see. There really isn't a question what's right and what's wrong. That was proven in the trial following the murder of George Floyd. Right was that this man needed to be persecuted for a murder, a flat out murder. And guess what? Good saw that he did not win. Good saw that he is going to be held accountable for his unjust murder. So in most cases, right and wrong, most of the time it's clear. But you know what? When you have difficulty determining right and wrong, you know what you can generally go by? Your heart. Your heart. Most of the time, if you can't see it, your heart will tell you what's right and what's wrong. So go by that. So COVID-19 was big last year. George Floyd was big last year. This year, at the beginning of this year, in most of the southern states, what was big was the winter storm. I know here in Texas, I believe here in Dallas area, we got down to something like, I don't know, 4 degrees. So it was pretty bad. We have a new president, y'all. A new president with empathy and integrity. A man who is trying, in my opinion, to build a country by building its people, versus a president that mocked handicapped folks and would not denounce white supremacist groups. Come on, man. Be real. Now, look, we still have to hold Joe Biden accountable. We have to hold all politicians accountable, even those we didn't vote for, but especially those that we did vote for. The way that this country will get better is if you and I endeavor to make it better. And that starts with holding our politicians accountable as well as one another. We have to make them, our politicians, remember who they're actually put in office to serve. And the key word is to serve. Joe Biden wasn't put in office just to serve Democrats. America has always been at its greatest when its people rally together as one. We don't have to agree on everything. I'm sure we won't. But we have to stop trying to punish folks when they do disagree with us. Sad thing is, y'all, I've seen that most among my Christian brothers and sisters within our Christian community. What happened to love your neighbor as yourself? What happened to that? If we can focus on that, that will be a good start to making the world a better place. A problem I had when I started this show was it became more information and commentary than anything else. That won't happen this time. That will not be the case this time around. We will have entertainment that I'm sure you will enjoy. Music, comedy, sports, right here on IET with Mike C. We will have truth. Remember, information, entertainment, and truth. Our truth will be mingled with both information and entertainment. Example, we will provide truth within our political commentary and editorials. For you real Christians, we will have a challenge for y'all. We'll challenge your walk, and we'll do that with real life scenarios. Uh, what would you do type of scenarios. Like the John Cisneros hosted TV show, What Would You Do? We're going to have that for Christians. We're going to have ministers and pastors come on and they will talk about different scenarios. What should you do? Not only what would you do, but what should you do? We're going to have artists come on and they'll talk about the process of writing, producing the music that they sing, that they perform for you. We'll have comics come on. We're hopefully we'll be able to give a leg up to a lot of comics, and this will be clean comedy for the most part. I believe that if you've got talent, if you're really good, then you don't have to curse. You don't have to belittle people, and they try to. I've heard a lot about people defending comics when they say harsh things, rude things about people. Even if it's funny, that don't make it right. So we want to get away from that, and we want to introduce you to comics that the comedy is going to be clean. So come on, join us. Get with IET with Mike C. We're going to do some other stuff too. We are going to endeavor to make our webpage as user friendly as possible. If you have things that you want to say to me or maybe to some of our guests, you will be able to put that in the email. We're going to have an email for you specifically for this show. Where you'll be able to email us. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to endeavor to let you know a week or two before we have a guest, so that if you have questions that you might want me to ask of our guest, you'll be able to email that to me, and I'll be able to put that before our guest. You will be able to interact with us on the webpage. What I want to do is I want to go live at least once a month. And when we go live, you'll be able to interact with the show as the show is being produced, as the show is airing. You'll be able to make comments, have questions, all that kind of stuff. So once a month, we're going to endeavor to go live. Hopefully, you'll be able to join us as we do that as well. And then if you have any ideas, we're open. We want to do whatever we can to make this show better, because the whole purpose of this show is to serve you. So help us serve you. Help us be better. And then we can all do better. All right? So I'm going to play. Did y'all like that music? It's Halston by Jobil. And I got that through Epidemic Sound. They have these things where they talk about free music, free music. Well, most of the time it's not free. Epidemic is not free. I had to take out a membership, pay for a membership in order to be able to play this music. But you know what? I have no problem doing that, and I'm going to tell you why. The music business itself is hurting right now. We'll go into that at another time. But independent music, independent artists in particular, are hurting right now. And if I can help them by not only exposing their music to you through Epidemic and through this vlog, but also in any other way, if I can help them, then that's what I'm going to do. They're hurting, y'all. So do what you can. We're going to be, actually, that reminds me, another thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be providing you with some concerts. We're going to do some shows. We're going to do some shows in some churches. We're going to do some shows in some small venues, and we'll let you know about that, of course, very early, giving you an opportunity to purchase some tickets. So, again, here we go. Check out this cut again. So, stay with us. Join with us. Comment, like, subscribe. What's going on here? My music ain't playing. So, sorry about that, y'all. We'll be back with you. Music, comedy, information, truth. Right here. IET with Mike C. We out. See ya. Thought. Maybe I didn't even record it. Oh, yes, I did.